by embracing freedom and liberty. There may be no such thing as a free lunch, but this hour is as close as it gets. Welcome to A Free Solution.
Hey, it is Larry Sharp in our new cooler time. It is 1 p.m. on the East Coast. So happy to be here with you. And you're saying, Larry Sharp, wait a minute. Aren't you the guy who's the host of the Sharp Way Show? You are right. That's true. But today, I am here with you. WYSL, Rochester, New York. So happy to have you here. You can reach out to me if you want to. 585-346-3000 from 1 to 2 p.m. now here on WYSL out of Rochester. I am so happy to be here. I appreciate you giving me a small chunk of your day. So I wanted you to think about something. You are on a bus, some city in America. Somebody walks up, you don't know why or how, and stabs a woman to death in front of you. You can't believe it. Guy does it, stabs the woman, doesn't even run away, stays right there, stabs her to death in front of everybody, just stays there to be arrested. What? Seems very odd. Doesn't take anything, doesn't rob her or push anybody else around, doesn't try to hide, just does it. You find out later, cops arrest him, whatever, you find him. It was her brother. And you think, what? Why would her brother stab her to death in front of others on a public bus? I don't get it. And then not even run away. That actually happened. It wasn't in America, though. It was in Germany, in a major city in Germany. The people who were stabbed or got stabbed and did the stabbing were from the Middle East. And the brother stabbed his sister to death. He followed her out of the Middle East to Germany to stab her to death. Why? Because she was raped. I'm not joking. That's why. You would say, wait a minute. So the sister was raped. In fact, in this case, by multiple assailants. Then she fled to Germany. He went, chased her, and then killed her. What? This is called honor killing. Some of you may have heard this before. You might have seen it before on TV, heard about it, something like that. So a woman, and this is almost only women. It's very rare it's not women. It's almost always women who have done something that the culture says is bad. They have either been raped, they have married someone that the family disapproved of. They are women who have committed adultery. No, men, it's okay. But women committed adultery. In that culture, in different areas of the world, mostly Middle East, but not only, they can be killed. In fact, not that they can be killed, they should be killed according to their family and culture. You might go, wait a minute, is that a real thing? Yeah, thousands every year, still to this day. Today, thousands every year. Brothers, husbands, fathers kill their daughters, wives, sisters, openly, publicly. Don't even try to hide. But Larry, that should be illegal. It is. And they still do it. It's illegal. And they still do it. And they go to jail for it. Yeah. They don't think twice. They still do it. Because their honor is more important than jail. They have decided that their culture matters more than law. So they'll go to jail. And the weirdest part is in some of these countries, they will literally murder their family member in public, and maybe they'll get 2 years in prison. Maybe. Sometimes less than that. Still happens to this day. You would say, Larry, why you tell me this dumb story? This doesn't happen in America. It does happen in America. There was a guy who beheaded his wife as an honor killing here in America. Still happens against the law. Guy's going to jail. I think he went to jail. I don't remember the outcome of that, but I'm pretty sure that guy went to jail. He wasn't hiding. He knew what happened. Did it on purpose. Why would I bring this crazy story up? Some people around the world, and one or two crazy people in America. Larry, what's wrong with you? I bring it up because of exactly what's happening with, or might happen with Roe v. Wade. Culture matters more than law. And I know people are going to say, Larry, are you saying they shouldn't overturn Roe v. Wade? Yes, that's what I'm saying. But not because I want more abortions. If you know me, you know the opposite is true. I do not want more abortions. I am openly, forwardly anti-abortion. Said it more than once. Openly, yell it from the top of my roof. I just realized that this is not a legal issue. It is a cultural issue. If you outlaw abortion, it will not stop abortion. All it will do in the long run is hurt this nation. That's the reality. And you're not going to hear that. What you're going to hear that is people who are pro-life are going to say, great, we've overturned it. Awesome. And people who are pro-choice are going to go, oh my God, the world's ending. Change everything. Neither of those two things are true. I will tell you the truth. I will take ideology away from this and tell you what really has to happen, as you will always see me do. I don't play the culture war. I play what gets what I want done in reality. And what I want done is less abortions. And what I also don't want done is punishment of poor women. That I don't want. If we walk down this road, culture war will be worse. We will not change the abortion status. New York State will become a place that women run to have abortions. They will run here to have abortions like there's no tomorrow. There's literally already talks of a travel fund for women to come here to New York to have abortions. That's a win? Not in my eyes. Maybe in yours, because maybe you feel better about yourself because you won some court battle. No. Let me tell you another story. Drive some of you crazy, but I'm going to tell you it anyway. My anthropology teacher told me a story when she was in China years ago, 30 years ago. And she's going in a small town, China, goes by the river, and there's a sign there. And she reads the sign and she's shocked. The sign by the river says, please don't drown your baby girls here. So she goes, oh my God, that's a thing? Like, yeah, well, we have a one-child policy here in China. So people who want boys, their girls drown, I'm doing air quotes, in the river. She goes, oh, good, I'm so glad that you don't want to drown your babies. And the person said, oh, no. We're okay with drowning babies, just not here because, we pull drinking water from here. Just, drown them down the river. I'm not joking. This is culture war. Culture is more important than law. I don't want to be drowning babies in the rivers, little girls in the river. Ireland has decided they're not going to stop banning abortion anymore. Why? Because wealthy women go where they want to go and poor women get punished. That literally happened already in this country, in Texas. Initially, it worked. Initially, the forced abortion policies in China worked initially. And then 3 months, 6 months later, you're drowning babies in the river. Force always seems to work up front, and it often does. Initially in Texas, it worked. Their abortions dropped by about 10%. And then what happened? People started buying abortion pills through the mail and traveling to other states. Of course they would, because that's how it works. As you've heard me say 1,000 times, and I'll keep saying, I don't want to make abortion illegal. I want to make it irrelevant. I want to make it obsolete. I want to make it that women don't choose it. Because if women don't choose to have abortions, there will be less abortions. We should do everything to make that happen. Not this. But worse than all of it, is if this happens, the division in our nation will be stronger than ever. And New York State will lead the way. And we will all, in the long run, be embarrassed. You think I'm wrong? I'm happy to take a call. You think I'm wrong? I will take your comments. And I'll keep going because it's a whole lot more. I know I'm fired up. I apologize if I'm making some of you angry. But you're never going to hear me back down on this. You're never going to hear me not tell you the truth. Larry Sharp, here on A Free Solution, WYSL. Back with your comments and your calls after the break.
Your business relies on computers and technology to operate. Slow, unreliable networks and servers can cause unplanned downtime and affect your bottom line. The experts at Simple Tech Innovations are here to help. Their preventative maintenance program ensures that your computers and network are kept up to date and monitored for any issues, keeping your business running smoothly. They also help clients achieve HIPAA, PCI, and New York State cybersecurity compliance to keep your network safe and secure. Whatever your business IT needs are, Simple Tech Innovation should be your first call. They've won the Best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Call them today for a free consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
Oh, those injury attorney ads.
Hurt on your couch? Call 555-OUCH.
It's kind of cute watching that injury attorney buying breakfast for a crash test dummy, but while fun is fun, there's nothing amusing about getting your life back together after a personal injury or a motorcycle accident, or when you need defense for a DWI charge. Christopher Johnson takes your case seriously, and you'll feel like you're his only client because when you meet with him, your case gets 100% of his attention. So instead of cute singing jingles and magic phone numbers,
fall out of a tree? Call 33333.
write this number down and keep it with you. 585-415-3803. 415-3803. After all, Christopher Johnson knows you're no dummy. Get individual attention and integrity, experience, and expertise. Put the power of one on your legal team. 415-3803. Stay safe, be healthy, drive sober. Christopher Johnson, attorney, personal injury, car or motorcycle accidents, DWI defense.
As a veteran of the United States military, I can finally get the opportunity to enjoy special events, things that we couldn't afford, thanks to VetTix. Every empty seat at a concert, a game, or a play is a missed opportunity to say thanks to a veteran and service member. We can give our veterans a special event where they too can create their own cherished memories. Visit vettix.org. Find out how you can make a difference in a veteran's life.
Only available in the WYSL store at WYSL1040.com. Official top quality tees, hoodies, and coffee mugs depicting the colorful WYSL logo or the already famous Mount Worstmore line of merch depicting Mount Rushmore style are for worst presidents. Of course, you know who is front and center up on that mountain. WYSL official items make perfect gifts, or they're a great way for you to make a personal statement. Locally produced and sold only in the WYSL store at WYSL1040.com.
A free solution.
It is Larry Sharp here on A Free Solution. Usually host the Shortway Show, but today with you, absolutely with you on A Free Solution here in WYSL, Rochester, New York, 585-346-3000. Before the break, I was talking about how I am worried tremendously that if Roe v. Wade is overturned, that in the long run, it's going to hurt us in many ways, right? And to show you how important I think this is, remember, someone leaked this. Someone decided that it was worth perhaps going to jail, being arrested and going to jail for leaking this. Someone did. They thought it was that important. Yet again, culture, more important than law. I keep saying it. People keep not believing me. Yet I keep showing you evidence again and again and again. And what will happen with New York State, which is what bothers me tremendously. New York State already has what many people would think, I happen to agree, abortion laws that go to the nth degree. And do you think there's going to be any pushback on those laws now? No. In fact, the other states are going to copy them. They're going to copy them. And they're going to make it as if, well, it's just, pro-woman. They're not going to talk about abortion. They're going to call it pro-woman. And eventually other states will begin to follow. Because when you make this happen and you create this specific us versus them, which I'm trying so desperately to stop, if we make the us versus them and you only get to pick one side or the other, the country's already, we know where the nation actually is. About 2/3 of this nation thinks Roe v. Wade should not be overturned. Where do you think most of them are going to fall if we create a deep divide like this? I know. I live in New York City. I know exactly where they're going to fall. And in your heart, you know the same thing. That's going to happen. Is that really the answer for someone who would call themselves pro-life? I hope not. I hope not. So, Larry, are you saying you can be both pro-choice and anti-abortion? Yes, I've shown you this more than once. I've literally given you the way to get there. Dozens of times. Yes, you can be both pro-choice and anti-abortion with the goal of making less abortions. 100%. I've seen it. I'm getting a little worked up. I apologize. I'm going to calm myself because I know what's going to happen is the hypocrites are going to come out. And it's going to be someone who screams, I'm pro-life. And the second their girlfriend, they're going to be married, gets knocked up, they're going to force them to get an abortion. And Republicans are still going to go, oh, but he yelled pro-life. Yes, but he's a blatant hypocrite. Or you're going to watch people who have money in a state like Texas go, oh, well, yeah, abortion should be illegal, but I'm going to drive or fly to California, get mine, and let the poor people be screwed over. You're going to see that happen too, because that always happens. How is that okay? And when that happens and when that leaks and gets out, watch what the population does. Let me grab a couple comments. I have so many of them, as I thought I would be. Joe says, uh-oh, Larry about to upset some folks with this topic. I hope not. I don't think I've ever hidden my views, and I hope you understand them. So, yes. Joel says, it's a wedge issue reactivated to divide. If I was a conspiracy theory guy, sometimes I am, but usually I'm not. I would say the left did this on purpose. I'm not joking. Think about what's going to happen. The left and the right, I say this all the time, Democrats, Republicans don't have any ideas. The guy who has ideas is the guy you're talking to now. No one else does. So let's not have ideas. Let's divide the country more. Let's not divide it on this. Let's not find answers to make everyone satisfied and happy. Let's instead create wedge issues so we don't have to think about anything. Joe says, why they got to be from the Middle East? In this case, they were from the Middle East. However, as I mentioned, honor killings are not only in the Middle East. Many of them are, that's true, but not only. And in this specific case, both cases, an American and German case, both people came from the Middle East. So it's not only the Middle East this time. Thomas says, sad, no honor. I would agree. There is no honor. Yes, absolutely. 100%. So if I can keep going down here a bit here, Nazim says abortion is bad. Yes. Yes. And if there are women, and there are some women who do this, who will just use abortion as contraception. Most women don't. That is a fantasy to think that women just use abortion as contraception. Some women do. That's true. But the vast majority don't. And the vast majority make an actual thought. They put their heads together with their emotions and their finances and their friends and family and support structure, and they make a decision. Most women, the vast majority, do not use it just as whatever. But if you are that woman who says, whatever, abort him at 9 months, if you are that woman, is some law going to stop you? Right? I would think not. I would think not. So, Logic says abortion up to 9 months. Evil is subjective as a concept, since neither good nor evil exists outside human society. But if there ever was something I could call evil, it's late-term abortion. I think a lot of people would agree with you, Logic. I think a lot of people would. And if this happens, that is going to wind up becoming the norm, because it's each side is going to dig in deeper in their own corner. And I'm trying to fix this. I think there can be an answer, right? I think you can find an actual answer. Pat says, how do you envision creating a culture where women don't want to choose it? Great. Look, awesome. I will tell you now. Thank you for that, Pat. Number one, talk about it without insulting people. Number one, there are many other things. That isn't the only thing. But if I insult you, you don't listen to me. If I call you a murderer, or if I call you anti-woman, or if I say you're a misogynist, or whatever is the insult of the day, you're not going to hear me. So number one, talk about it the way I am now, without insulting others. Number one issue. Number two, make contraception easy to get without in any way, shape, or form having to worry about doctors. Just if you want to go buy it, go buy it. If you want to buy it, buy it. Number one, make it normal. Change the culture that both women and men can go get contraception with no problems whenever they see fit. Let's do that. That's another important piece. And what you don't realize is, if this happens, you're going to find states who will literally outlaw contraception. That is going to happen. How well is that going to work? You're going to make a bunch of women criminals overnight, because that always works. But worse, now, if people try to help you, let's say an Uber driver takes you out of state to get an abortion. Did that person break a law? They did in Texas. Yeah, they did. So now traveling is now illegal. What could go wrong? Nothing but bad. This is not the right answer. So second, let people get contraception when and how they want it. You don't believe in contraception? Don't use it. No one's forcing you. Do what you want. Not done yet. Make adoption grossly easy and legal. That's, I'm mixing together, grossly easy and legal, right? Just make it easy. It's not. People are going to China, Romania, all over the place, Mexico, to get babies. What's wrong with us? Well, they might not be the perfect family. No family's perfect. We're all broken in some way. And I'd rather have a loving, broken family than no family. Any day of the week, I'm adopted. This is personal for me. Make adoption easy and legal. Next, make surrogacy easy and legal. You do these things, and the culture moves towards saying, why would I get? Why in the world would I get an abortion? But there is more. You know there is, because any big issue has a big solution. I'll talk about it. It'll be a free solution. Larry Sharp on a free solution. WYSL, Rochester, New York, 585-346-3000. Back with your calls and your comments after the break.
celebrating 35 years.
Hey, Larry, I just responded to your email. I won't be sending a link until 1 o'clock each time because we have a live show from noon, the one using Clean Feed.
Good chance we'll see some rain out there, passing showers.
No problem. Yeah, and problem is when I'm doing a live show, I seldom run to my desk to check email. So, no problem. Hang on.
We'll stay in the 50s on Wednesday. Back to sunshine Thursday. The temperatures near 60 degrees. I'm Rich Cahilia, WYSL.
Spring has finally arrived. Better see Victor Chevrolet to get the most out of warmer weather. Get selection and savings. Lease a 2022 Chevy Trailblazer for just...
All right, phone was just ringing. I have Craig Miles on the line.
Versatility of a 2022 Chevy Silverado for just $329 a month for 36 months. The 2022 Chevy Equinox is also $329 a month for 36 months. These lease deals include returning lessee rebate. All factory rebates, incentives, and discounts are applied. Security deposit is waived. 10,000 mile allowance per year, 25 cents each additional mile. Must have lease and household. Tier 1 credit approval required. Lessee responsible for repair and maintenance. Conditions apply. Get details at dealer. Victor Chevrolet has a used selection that can't be beat. Be sure to trust your vehicle to our Chevy Certified Service Department. Victor offers free New York State inspection with any major service. Buy 3 tires, get the 4th one free. Plus $10 off a 4-wheel alignment. Come see how easy it is to do business with us. Find new roads at Victor Chevrolet. Route 96 in Victor. Visit VictorChevrolet.com.
We are the Onondaga, the people of the Great Hill. We are the Seneca Nation, and our impact across Western New York is massive. We operate 3 world-class casino gaming and hospitality facilities, a convenience store chain, a construction management firm, and more. Across our operations, the Seneca Nation directly employs nearly 6,000 people. An independent study by the Taylor Policy Group revealed that the Seneca Nation supported over 3,700 Western New York businesses, spending more than $100 million on goods and services. In all, the nation's entities account for more than $1 billion of New York's gross state product, including almost 10,000 stable jobs. Above all, we support the more than 8,500 Seneca Nation people in our community, those citizens whose very livelihood depend on this economic engine. To learn more about the Seneca Nation, our history, culture, and economic impact, visit sni.org, paid for by the Seneca Nation.
Hi, I'm Steve Tasker, and I want to share some great news. Heritage Christian Services is growing and hiring people to work alongside adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Over the years, my wife Sarah and I have supported Heritage Christian Services and the work that they do to advance an inclusive and equitable community. Their staff provides compassionate and dignified support every day as they enable others to achieve the things that matter the most to them. You'll find a rewarding job that works with your schedule, offers extra pay when you work weekends and overnights, and makes our community better. No experience is necessary to start in a direct support role either. Plus, Heritage Christian Services employees enjoy incredible benefits, including paid vacation, sick leave, health insurance, retirement plans, performance bonuses, and more. Staff members even have access to free success coaching to help them navigate personal challenges so they can feel their best at work. Join the Heritage Christian Services team today. Visit directsupport.org. That's directsupport.org.
Why do businesses choose to move their website from Wix and Squarespace to SimpleTech Innovations? Maybe it's their excellent customer service or attention to detail. Maybe it's their ability to give a truly customized solution. Or perhaps they just like the fact that SimpleTech is a local small business that builds great relationships with its clients. Whatever the reason may be, you can rest assured knowing that the local team at SimpleTech has your best interest in mind when building or updating your website. They're hands-on and love helping customers achieve their goals. But don't take my word for it. They've won the best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. If your website doesn't match your dreams or isn't achieving your goals, give the professionals at SimpleTech Innovations a call today for a consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. SimpleTech Innovations.
What does it mean to bank locally with Tompkins? It means keeping your money in your community with a team of neighbors to guide you through big decisions and milestones, plus all the convenience of our mobile app, where you can manage your account, deposit checks remotely, send money to family and friends, Even turn your card off if it gets misplaced, then back on when you find it. Ready to bank locally with the team at Tompkins? Visit Tompkins Bank of Castile online or at a branch to get started. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A free solution.
It is Larry Sharp, the one and the only, usually host of the Sharpway Show. And if you want to check me out, Google Larry Sharp. You'll see all I'm doing across New York State. You will see the shows that I have on. You can check me out. But you can also check this show out if you want to. Just join A Free Solution on Facebook or YouTube. Or right now, I'm here with you, WYSL, Rochester, New York, 585-346-3000. Some of you in the chat are saying, hey, Larry, it's a hot mic. Yeah, it's over the internet. Hot mic. Totally aware of it. So I can't say stuff behind your back. You will know what I'm saying either way. Yes, that's true. All good. For those of you listening on the internet, yes, it is a hot mic. All good, though. Happy about it. I want to grab a couple of quick comments. There are so many of them. I want to grab a couple if I could. Gene says, my religion tells me that there is no sin greater than God's grace, even the murder of an innocent, unborn child. My political philosophy tells me that abortion is a clear violation of the NAP. I think that making things like adoption and surrogacy easier will save more babies than making abortion illegal. I agree. And I'll keep going, right? You were asking about what's that world look like. There's more. I want to add two more pieces to this to finish up the story. One of them is we want to let local schools decide at what age is appropriate, right? So that they can give real sex education, not just abstinence. I am not against abstinence. If you think that's the right thing for your child, teach it. No worries. I don't have a problem with you also teaching that in a school. The idea of teaching only that is going to hurt. And the data is in. You want to be able to give broad-based sex education at the age that your local school district says is appropriate. Whatever age that is, I'm happy with local control on this. You pick the time frame. Broad-based, which discusses abstinence. I'm not against that. If you want to stay, pure, I'm doing my air quotes, until you're married, on you, no worries. If you're not going to, learn about everything else and let your kids and your family make the right decisions. Second piece, we've got to have a system in New York State that supports mothers, and we don't, to include childcare, healthcare, all those things. And a childcare piece I brought up in the past is the idea of having child gardens. Child gardens, which is they're next to child care, meaning that you can still have licensed childcare, but also child gardens, which supports nonprofits creating whatever agreements they want in local communities to watch children. This could create a renaissance in the VFWs, in local churches. Personally, only for me, it could be a renaissance in the Black church, inner cities, but all local churches. All of these local arenas can have a renaissance with childcare. If we allow them to do that, it'll be a whole lot cheaper with organizations that you choose and with people who you trust. You start doing that, you change the culture, and you wind up being what Bobby says, pro-baby, which is awesome. I like that, Bobby. Thank you for that. So I hope I wrapped that up decently, that there's a lot of things we have to put together to make sure that we change this culture. This is a culture war in my idea, and I usually hate culture war, but this is the answer. It is culture. Let me grab a call if I could. I'm going to grab Craig from Clinton. How are you, Craig?
Not bad. How are you, sir?
What's going on, man?
Oh, just calling because you said conspiracy theory, and I said, oh, boy, I got to hop on that.
Okay, go ahead.
So I don't think I know I didn't hear necessarily a full-throated endorsement of conspiracy theory from Larry, but I think that you might have something there because you mentioned a statistic: 2/3 of people think that Roe v. Wade should stay right where it is. So if I am a Democrat and I see that everyone's hating on my policies and the world is going in the tank and we're going to go to war with Russia and inflation is hitting and people don't know if they're going to get food and how much what do I do? Well, I look for an emergency button, right? And that one is, well, 2/3 of Americans, they support this thing. So how do I get on this side? And now I forget about all the other ways my life sucks, and I hyper focus on this, and now I win the midterm election.
That's why I said I'm usually not a conspiracy theory person, but my concern is that will happen. And that will happen. And the worst part about that is that Democrats win. I'm not against Democrats or Republicans winning, as long as libertarians have their say. What I'm concerned about is now nothing will get solved. The Democratic Party is the party of bad ideas. The Republican Party is the party of no ideas. So now nothing gets solved. Nothing changes. Republicans don't get punished for not having a plan, and Democrats don't get punished for destroying the state. No one gets punished. No one gets repaired. Nothing gets fixed. And it's easy for them. They'll just yell, pro-woman. You have to vote for us because the Republicans hate women. They'll just yell that. And enough Democrats go, oh, I'm not paying attention and I'm angry. So that makes sense. And boom, they go there.
Yeah, I think that's my biggest concern. It always seems to happen.
Yes.
And you talked about
and the other thing is, for most people, for most Democrats, Republicans, what their biggest issue is voter turnout, right? So if more of their people show up, they win. Doesn't matter if they don't expect to get the other people to vote for them. They expect more of theirs to show up. And with so many people checking out, the number of people who are voting goes down. Well, if the Democrats can say, well, vote against Trump, boom, all Democrats run out. Or Democrats can go, you got to vote for women, boom, all Democrats rush out. So I think this is another piece.
Yeah, and like you said, nothing else gets fixed. Now this becomes the big thing that we talk about for 6 months, and then they win and they go back to doing absolutely nothing about anything. And by that time, we've forgotten and moved on to another crisis.
Yes, absolutely. And then we don't want to solve this issue, because if we solve it, there's no wedge issue. Yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully more people listen to people like Larry Sharpe and don't fall for the ruse.
That's what I'm saying, friend. I appreciate it. Thanks for the call, Greg.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Well, let me walk down that road that we just talked about. What's going to happen if this does happen? And again, someone commented earlier, and I want to be clear because Samuel commented and he was right. Samuel says, it's a shame you're calling it a ruling when it's actually an internal deliberation. Please don't push the hyperbole. Samuel, you are correct. Thank you for that. This is not a ruling. It may not happen. It is possible it won't happen. It is the leaking of an internal deliberation. He is correct. Thank you, Samuel, for correcting me. I stand corrected. So it might happen. It may not. It's possible it won't. But this goes back to Craig's point, my point. Of course they're blowing out of proportion. Of course they're making hyperbole, because it's going to motivate their side. And that's the goal. They don't actually care if this is solved or not. They don't care about the babies or not. That doesn't matter. The issue is, can it motivate my base to rush out and vote, to start caring about me, to start ignoring the bad things and only focus on this culture war? I think that's why. So Samuel, thank you for that. You are correct. I stand corrected. So yes. Holly says, yep, civil conversation and being willing to listen is huge, and having choice on contraception makes sense. Absolutely, 100%. Because if this actually happens, they're not outlawing abortion. That's not what the Supreme Court's doing. For those of you who may not get that, some of you who are paying attention know that, but if you're not, you may not get it. The Supreme Court would not be outlawing abortion. The Supreme Court was just saying there is not a right to an abortion federally. That's what they're actually saying. So what happens next? Well, states like New York, who have already codified it deeply in the state, will just say, see, we were right the whole time. Guys like Cuomo will come out, guaranteed he'll be out on TV or something saying, see, My laws that I made, I was right. I knew those evil Republicans would hurt women. He will jump on that bandwagon and others will follow. And you will watch states codify New York State's 9-month law across half of the states. That will happen. But here's the bigger issue that some of you haven't seen. This now becomes a thing that Craig was talking about. This is the excuse Democrats can use now to end the filibuster and to create a law and to make it a law. Make it a law that abortion is a right. Yes. And what law will they follow? Probably New York's. That's what you want? That's what I see as a future. And even if it doesn't work, even if some people push back, whatever the case may be, this just makes the culture war stronger. Makes it stronger. Do you think that Democrats that want to get rid of the filibuster, they're not going to use this as a reason? See the evil Republicans? They're anti-woman. We got to end the filibuster to save the women. And the Republicans are the opposite. You got to keep the filibuster to save the babies. So now we're saving the babies and saving the women. How is your life getting any better? How is anything getting better? How is anyone solving anything? Not. Only guy trying to solve stuff is the guy you're talking to right now, Larry Sharp, with all his solutions. Free ones. WYSL, Rochester, New York, 585-346-3000. Back with your calls and your comments after the break.
The WYSL store is now open. With nicer weather, your car needs an official Voice of Liberty bumper sticker. There's a great selection to help you show your love of God, the Constitution, and free and safe schools. Here are just a few available. Shut Up, Fauci, Kathy Hochul, Save America, Support the Second Amendment, Scam Alert, January 6th, God, Please Help Us, Close the Mexican Border, Save America, Stop Voting for Democrats. And there are gas pump stickers reading, Democrats did this. These are standard weather-resistant bumper stickers guaranteed to get you horn honks and thumbs up in traffic. Choose from other locally made WYSL Voice of Liberty merch too, like tees, hoodies, drinkware, and more. Perfect gifts for any Liberty lover. Check out the exclusive WYSL Mount Worstmore shirts, hoodies, and coffee mugs depicting our 4 worst presidents. Guess who's front and center? Shop the WYSL store at WYSL1040.com.
Why do businesses choose to move their website from Wix and Squarespace to SimpleTech Innovations? Maybe it's their excellent customer service or attention to detail. Maybe it's their ability to give a truly customized solution. Or perhaps they just like the fact that SimpleTech is a local small business that builds great relationships with its clients. Whatever the reason may be, you can rest assured knowing that the local team at SimpleTech has your best interest in mind when building or updating your website. They're hands-on and love helping customers achieve their goals. But don't take my word for it. They've won the best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. If your website doesn't match your dreams or isn't achieving your goals, give the professionals at SimpleTech Innovations a call today for a consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. SimpleTech Innovations.
There's a place in the village of Avon you and your critters will love. Whether they're big or small, whether they've got hair, fur, or feathers, Avon Feed fits every need. There's a full selection of pet foods, bird feeders, and wild bird food, plus garden tools, quality grass seed, and a great selection of dry shod boots. Buy 10 bags of quality wild bird food, get the next bag free. Choose farm feeds and great equine products from Poland Grains. Find everything for your pet from feeding bowls to toys, leads, collars, beds, crates, and tie-outs. Avon Feed and Supply has what the big pet chain stores will never have. Tim Cole and his great knowledgeable staff. Choose from premium local products like Firefly, dairy, goat soaps, and lotions. While you're at Avon Feed, don't forget your 2-legged pets with River at Thousand Island cheese and great flavors, including the new 12-year-old cheddar, plus Chef James bourbon meat sauce, once again nut butters and Nunday mustards. Open weekdays 9 to 6, Saturday 9 to 4. Avon Feed and Supply, West Main Street at the bottom of the hill, just west of the Circle.
a free solution.
It is Larry Sharp tackling what's making some people unhappy. I apologize. I'm not trying to make you unhappy. I'm trying to give you what I think is a real answer to solve a real problem, which some people just don't want to hear. They just want to jump on their own side. I got it. Not me, but I'm here with you, still talking, taking the slings and arrows. Does that sound kind of dramatic? It kind of is. WYSL, Rochester, New York. So happy to have you here. I want to grab a couple more comments. Bobby brings up one which I think a lot of people think. Bobby says, then you're saying all murder should be legal and government should have no say. Got it. I hope that wasn't towards me and that was towards others in the chat. But if it was towards me, I want to make sure I'm clear on something. That's not what I'm saying at all. That's why I told my stories up front. I'm a storyteller, right? I did it up front. I told the story about honor killing, of drowning babies in rivers. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that generally speaking, people think murder is bad. They do. That's why there have been laws against it forever. You should be punished for it. Yes, absolutely, Bobby. Yes. What I'm saying is every once in a while you find issues that are cultural and cultural issues that break natural norms. And when those cultural issues break law or break other norms, we have to look at them as exceptions. We just have to, because that's how it works. Honor killing is one of them. It's specific to an issue, certain cultures in this world. We don't worry about it much in America because it's not a thing here or there, but it's not a thing here. So you don't worry about it. But abortion is. We don't worry about drowning babies in rivers. That's not really a thing here. We don't worry about it. In China, you have to. Here, this abortion is. And in many cases, abortion has been seen as liberation of women. Now, you might disagree with that, or you might agree with it. But whether you agree or disagree with that, that is how a whole lot of Americans think. It's how they feel, which makes an exception. If that's an exception, let's handle that exception so we can stop what we might consider bad behavior. That's what I'm saying. Let's find an answer and not just try to sound righteous and virtue signal to the left or to the right, whichever side we're on. Let's find an actual answer that can allow people to do what they feel and have freedom while solving an actual problem. And I know some of you are going to be mad at me and go, no, Larry, it's murder no matter what. Okay, you know what also is murder? Gang violence. That's not working either. And I have plans for that. I have ways of fixing all these things. They're bad. Let's fix them. Just saying it's illegal doesn't fix it. Many of these things are cultural issues. And that's what I'm saying, Bobby. I hope that's clearer. I know you may disagree. I'm glad you're listening. Please keep listening. But yes. All right, let me grab a couple more of these if I can. I appreciate this. So yes. Let's see here. Bobby says, no, Larry, that was towards another chat. I had a feeling. There we go. So I hope I still answer the question anyway, if that makes any sense. So yes. So I want to keep walking down that road. The road is, let's make it so that people don't just pick left and right. Let's make it so that people choose to be pro-baby. I love that. I'm going to so steal that and not give you any credit. But yes, that they're pro-baby. That's a good thing. Let's make it to where people are pro-family. That's a good thing. Let's walk down that road. The more we do that, the better off things are going to be. The more chance that that woman is going to say, you know what? I don't have to get an abortion because I can very easily put my baby up for adoption, or I can very easily apply for surrogacy and literally have some family that, and there are literally thousands of them across this state who would happily pay for your medical bills and take your baby. Happily take your baby and take care of your baby and put your baby in a loving family. But Larry, do crazy background checks and make it hard because it might be a bad family. It might be a bad family. Totally true. It might be. And your family might be bad too. And so might any family. It's possible. And here's what I'm also sure. None of you are perfect. Not me, not you, not anybody. So let's have some loving families. I don't care if they're perfect, because it's never going to be. You all got issues. Me too. We focus on that, we will change the culture. We will fix these things. And man, I want to fix them. I'm tired of backlash. I'm tired of people fighting. I'm tired of people trying to virtue signal to the left or to the right and solving no problems whatsoever. Grace says, pro-baby and pro-life is more than just abortion. It's about creating environments where women can keep their kids and raise them in a safe, healthy environment. Yes, yes, and yes. Absolutely. Yes, yes, and yes. And again, I am adopted. Was my family perfect? No, it was not. And I would take my family over not having a family any day of the week. And I think most of you, not all, but I think most of you would agree with me. Yes. So Sonia says, I had to miss a chunk because I had to drive. It's legal to Larry and drive. We got to change that law, Sonia. You should be able to Larry in anything. That's not right. You got to fix that. No matter what, we have to fix that one. Absolutely. Now, Ed brings up a piece that people are talking about and often speak about. He says, we know abortion is a part of the eugenics agenda. I think about why eugenics is both racist and sexist due to genetics and financial statuses. You know, I can't say you're wrong, Ed. I'm just not sure this is a road I want to walk down because I feel like this will create more distraction than anything else. And I don't want to create distraction. I want to allow women, help women to feel safe and comfortable in pregnancy and in the choices they feel is right. And I hope we create an environment to where they choose, you know what? Life is the right answer. I want them to choose that. And I think we can do that. What I've promised, 2 things I promise, being governor. Number 1, I will not have the state put its hands on a woman's body. I will not do that. You own your life. You own your body. And everything I say all the time, your body, you own your life, you own your body. Government should not be putting their hands on a woman's body, a man's either, but in this specific case, woman's body. Nope, will not do it. And I promise that within 4 years, there will be less abortions in New York State. I
1
guarantee
minute.
both of those things. That can be done. That's a promise I've made more than once, and I'll keep making it because I'm behind that. I know it can be done. I know it can be taken care of. I know we can fix this. That's really the piece. So I hope that was, oh, Holly just put something up. Thank you. The New York City Pregnancy Helpline information. See, one piece of a bigger piece, helping women to make the right answer. What I think is the right answer. But I got to give them the environment to do so. I got to provide an environment where they can. We can make solutions. It can work. And all these solutions are free solutions. Thank you so much for giving me a chunk of your afternoon. I'm sorry I was all uppity. It's kind of sometimes how I get. I will see you all very soon.